Hey, peace and assalamu alaikum, everybody. I don't know why this thing is angled that way, but all right. So, today is my last day up. Oh no, I'm tripping. Friday will be my last day. All right, bro, come on now. My last day, my last week of classes is this week. So I have actually, the class I have today, this is the only class I have on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's down to the wire for this semester only. Then I always forget how many semesters I'm supposed to finish. I'm like halfway finished, a little more than halfway finished. And so I think I have 3 more semesters to go, 3.5, I don't know. I can't recall, 4, I don't know. Suffice to say, I'm getting closer to the end. And I'm stoked. I'm like so happy that I went back to school. I know I said this before, but I'm legit so happy. My butt about to be 50 in about 6 months, inshallah, if I make it. And I'm just really glad I went back because I'm a supreme procrastinator. And it's one of the reasons why it's so necessary to have my bestie around who pushes me to do things, because I respect his perspective so much and his mind and all that jazz. And so, it's really good to have him around to be like, yo, just do it. Because I think too daggone much, like truly. And that can be a good thing, but sometimes it cannot be a good thing, at least in my case. And so get away from this rig. So I'm doing it, y'all, and I'm just like happy at this point. Inshallah, the pendulum don't swing back the other way anytime soon. But it's all good. I'm here for it. Next week I have exams, and my family, my daughter, who, let her tell it, I'm forcing to go to college. Whatever, get it done. But she just can't understand. Like, why? My voice is so deep right now. It's early, y'all. My daughter can't understand why I'm so into school. I just love learning. I've always loved learning. My mother taught me to read and write when I was 2. I've said this before. We're talking about in the very early 70s, when that wasn't a thing that people, did. It wasn't in. They didn't have, curriculums to teach your baby how to read and all that kind of thing. She just did what she did. And in turn, I did the same with my children. It's not hard. Why is this rig up on that car like that? God, these cats are bugging. But I digress. But so yeah, I just always, and I used to miss a lot of school. I was not homeschooled officially, but I used to miss so much school. Just like, I don't know, this was just something my mother didn't take seriously, which is crazy because, again, we're talking about back in the day. And, she used to miss a lot of school from what I understand. Her siblings, she didn't graduate. My mother's like super duper smart. She was just very intellectually advanced. And I'm not really sure. I think my father told me, because my father taught my mother how to fight when they got together. She was like 18 when they got together. And my father was a sensei. He knew, I don't even remember what form of kung fu, but he was a sensei at a dojo and all that kind of thing. And so he used to like bust cats up in the head, he told me, because my mother was, my mother was Afro-Native, so her mother was white. My grandmother was Irish and German and English and Welsh. I have to say it like she always says it, but or said it. And my mother's father was Afro-Native. My grandfather's mother's from Ganyaga, Haudenosaunee, Ganyaga Nation, aka Mohawk. And his father was I'm told he was Afro-Native also, but he was definitely Black American. And so but I just say that because I haven't found documentation, which that don't mean anything, but I like documentation. So, but anyway, so my mother, but she was very, very fair-skinned, like my complexion, or probably lighter, because I have like yellow undertones, I guess, from my West Indian. I don't know. My father's West Indian. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on up in here. But so my mother, though, she used to get picked on so much, like so much. She and her sibling. This is why I say, y'all, little digression, but still on task, I guess. People always think they're like so whatever, in love, or elevated in thinking, not racist, or whatever the case is. Alhamdulillah. And they want to make these babies that are, supposedly going to, not fit into a box, or be, proof of the parents' unbiasedness, or proof of their love, whatever the case is. But y'all not thinking about the children. These are going to be real people. These are not going to be your little things to put up on shelves, or little awards, or whatever. These are people, and they're going to have to deal with some shit in this world. So, from the Black people with their BS to the white people with their BS, and everybody in between. And my mother definitely went through this. She used to get picked on so very much. And because she was really, really light-skinned, and she had long, very bone straight hair, like, and it wasn't like the curly stuff that everybody loved, like now. It wasn't that. It wasn't Colin Kaepernick. It wasn't my hair. It wasn't any of that. It was very, very bone straight, like I said, like white folks' hair. And I'm using white folks generously. But my mother, she was picked on so much that she didn't go to school. And so it was the same thing with her siblings. Out of my mother's 7 siblings, there were 8 of them. Out of my mother's 7 siblings, only 1 graduated, my Aunt Elna, from Southside, Malcolm X, North New Jersey. But so my mother, I guess school just was not like but she was a self-learner, and so that's what she passed on to me. She taught me how to, read and write at 2, like I said, because it was just her thing. It was just who she was innately, and I passed those things on. But again, I have always just loved learning, so I missed a whole lot of school. But I would come back and like just ace the tests and stuff like that. I just wasn't really. And then once, all sorts of things happened, by the time I got to high school, 12th grade, and I was just done, because I went to East Orange High, and they used to like, wow, we talking about, they were bugging. I remember a dude that I actually knew and had been cool with. That fool shot up the cafeteria, shot a maintenance man in the head, and all kind of things. So it was just chaotic. And at that point, I was like, call myself having knowledge of self, as the young folks say. But no, I was with the Ansarullah community, and I was just very much on my pro-blackness and just history. I'm a huge history buff and all that kind of thing. And so I was just like, not feeling this phone will be the death of me. I was just not interested, so I left. Stop it. I actually dropped out of school in 12th grade, and I ended up taking my GED like, I don't know, 5-6 years later. And but I've just always been a learner. That's my thing. That's what I do. So my daughter, She just don't get it. And then my bestie, he's also hugely, as I said, intellectual and book smart. Not as well as common sense. Same thing with my mother, which I meant to mention. But like, he gets a kick out of me because like, if I have a test next week, I'm doing my notes and studying like today. Again, that's what I do. Because I'm so competitive with myself, and like a B just will not do for me. It just won't. Like, people talk about these tiger parents and stuff, but like, I don't do that with my daughter. I need to. I don't do that with my children, but I do demand that they get good grades, because in generally speaking, it means that you are at least trying. You know what I'm saying? And that's what gets me mad. If you're a C student, then go on ahead and be great with those C's. But damn it, if you are a B student or A student, come on with it. You know what I mean? And so that's how I am with myself first. So I don't understand what people be like tripping, like, your mother want me to get A's. You ain't doing a damn thing else. What you got to do besides get A's? Shit. Anyway. But today, I mean, this week is the last week of the semester, so I'm really happy to be done. And so far, I don't know about art yet. It might be. But everything else, I got A's, high A's. So alhamdulillah, I'm doing it well. Yay. I'm joking.